Okay, so I have it rolled out. I'm just going to get rid of this little air bubble right here. Just poke that from the side. Alright, so you take your board, kind of make sure that it's big enough. Get rid of some of this excess here so it doesn't get in the way. And the thing is, the center portion we're not going to actually need. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of this out. That way it's not going to actually touch the wood and I can reuse this fondant. Okay. This is the tricky part. Slide this under and place this on top. It needs to go around the edge. There we go. Probably bring this in a little bit. Okay, now I can get rid of some of this. Anything that hasn't really touched the wood, you can reuse. So just take your rolling pin, go around like this, and this just kind of secures it just a little bit more. So I want to make it as smooth as possible. Okay, and then just take your pizza cutter and cut right around the edge. And then what I like to do is just take a thin spatula like this and actually hold this up almost like you're doing a pie. And just kind of cut some of this off. There we go. You could use a knife also. The reason we're doing this is because around the edge I actually have some pink and brown ribbon, and that won't really stick to the fondant too well. So all this fondant right here that I'm cutting off, you can't reuse because it could have little wood splinters in it. You could always put it aside and use it for display items. I usually have a separate bucket of fondant that I use just for display things. Okay, then we'll just go around the edge one more time, kind of make sure that's smooth. And I've already got the hot glue gun on. Okay, and I'm going to be using this ribbon here. It's pink and brown. Place it on here, make sure that covers everything. You have a better angle of it than I do. Okay, so just take your glue gun. And then just overlap it slightly. Cut that off. And if you can really do this ahead of time so that the fondant dries during the week, that's great. But if you're like me, you always do things last minute, and you just have to be a little bit careful. So right here where I kind of had dented the fondant, this is, since it's still soft, I can go ahead and kind of push that out and see how I can fix that. Okay, so to attach the cake to this, a couple things you can do. You can either use royal icing in the center, or you can use the double-sided tape. You'll know I'm a big fan of the double-sided tape that you get at office supply stores. So this is on the cake board, the same size as the cake, and leave the spatula underneath it just in case you have to adjust it. Looks pretty good. It's pretty even, so we'll pull that out. So let's set this aside. Let me clean up this mess, and then we'll go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and put a lid on this. They're going to be like little boxes set on top of each other. So we'll do that first. So I need to get my pink fondant out. So we'll be right back.